So BTS is back. But listen, this isn't the group you remember. They've returned with way more than just a new album. What they've actually delivered is this incredibly crafted artistic declaration, a total reset. So in this explainer, we're going to deconstruct what BTS 2.0 really means.
Okay, so where do we even begin with this thing? Well, it all starts with a mystery, one that's kind of hidden in plain sight, right in their new music video. The inspiration they picked is, well, it's unexpected, to say the least. It's about as far from a global pop sensation as you could possibly get. We're talking about the cinematic enigma that is the 2003 film Oldboy.
And believe me, the references are not subtle at all. I mean, that iconic hallway fight scene, the shot composition is nearly identical to the film. That green water trough scene, a direct visual lift. And even the vintage suits and glasses, they're a perfect restoration of the movie's whole vibe. This is a deliberate, almost shot-for-shot homage. And just in case there was any tiny bit of doubt, like, is this just a wild coincidence? The music video's credits just clear it all up. Right there, it says, special thanks to Park Chan-wook, the director of Oldboy. So yeah, the point is, this connection is 100% intentional, no question about it. Which, of course, leads us to the big question, right? The central question of this entire explainer. Why? Why would the biggest band on the planet, after a 4-year hiatus, choose to pay tribute to one of South Korea's most notoriously dark, violent, and, let's be honest, controversial films? What's going on here? So get to the bottom of that, we've got to crack the visual code of this comeback. And it all hinges on this really brilliant layered metaphor that's tied directly to the film's title. Okay, so first things first, what exactly is an old boy? Well, in the movie, the main character is this guy who gets locked away for 15 years. When he finally gets out, yeah, he's physically an adult, but his mind, his behavior, it's all still stuck in the past. He's immature, he's boyish, he is, quite literally, an old boy. And this is where the genius wordplay comes in. See, you've got an old boy, a man with a boyish psyche. And then you have an old boy band, a group that's grown up and is now ready to shed that very identity. It's just a brilliant move. And suddenly, those vintage suits from the music video make perfect sense, don't they? They're not just some cool stylistic choice. No, they are a visual metaphor for the past. BTS is consciously and very, very publicly shedding that old boy version of themselves to become 2.0. But this whole idea of a total reset, it wasn't just limited to what we see. The music itself is just as bold of a statement. I mean, this isn't just an evolution of their sound, it's a complete reinvention. This is the sound of a whole new chapter. HYBE's founder, Chairman Bang Si-hyuk, he really put it best himself. He said, and I quote, BTS 2.0 shouldn't remain an extension of the past. It had to be a declaration that opens a new chapter. That word right there, declaration, that's the key. It means a complete, total break. So how do you even start a declaration like that? A total reinvention? Well, for them, it began with this really fascinating thought experiment. The creative team basically posed one single guiding question. They basically said, okay, let's imagine the BTS that first debuted 13 years ago. Now, let's let them grow up with that exact same identity, but, and this is the important part, we remove all the outside influences. All the different genres, all the trends they've tried over the years, gone. So if that raw, original group existed right now, today, what kind of music would they make? And the answer they came up with? It was a sound of pure, authentic fusion, something that felt true to their really complex identity right now. A perfect example is the track Body to Body. The creatives who worked on it described its sound as a mix of, get this, kimchi, pork cutlet, and toast. It's delicious, maybe a little chaotic, but it's a completely honest reflection of who they are, global, but also deeply, deeply Korean. But BTS 2.0 isn't just about shedding the past. It's also about taking this really profound journey back to their cultural roots. This new chapter is so deeply and intentionally Korean. And that starts with the album's title, Arirang. Now for Koreans, Arirang is so much more than just a folk song. It's basically considered the cultural DNA of the entire nation. It's all about sorrow and longing, but most importantly, it's about that resilient strength to overcome any hardship.
and Chairman Bang felt it was the perfect way to express the members' own complex journey. But if you dig even deeper into the album, there's another cultural symbol, one that's even more unique. If you listen to track 29, which is just called No 29, you might be a little confused at first because, well, it's not a song. What you're actually hearing is the sound of a national treasure. What you're listening to is the sacred bell of great King Seongdeok. And this bell is famous for a really unique acoustic phenomenon called maenori. It's where the bell's resonance just keeps going in this unbroken cyclical echo. It might seem like it's fading, but it never really disappears. And that is the hope for their music, that it will have that same kind of timeless, lasting echo that just resonates across generations. Okay, so we've got the visuals, we've got the music, and we've got the cultural roots. Let's put all these pieces of the puzzle together and really understand the final, incredibly ambitious vision for what BTS 2.0 is meant to be. This new vision even changes the way they perform. Chairman Bang actually told the members, "You already possess the kind of aura that can command a stage just by existing. For artists like you, standing still can be more than enough." So what you're seeing is a move away from that super intense choreography and toward a performance that's built on sheer presence and charisma. Every single one of these shifts, the visuals, the sound, the performance style, it's all working towards one ultimate goal: to transform BTS from just a band into a cultural destination.